What's up, everyone? Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about 007 First Light. So this is the James Bond video game made by IO Interactive, and today they just did a massive state of play on it. If you don't know what state of play is, that's what the PlayStation events are called. They just did a massive state of play on it, and this game looks incredible, man. This game looks incredible, man. First of all, they gave a release date for it, so it's March 27th, 2026, and I think you can pre-order it now. I'm literally doing this 5 seconds after watching the event. But oh my god, this game looks so good. So this was their gameplay deep dive, or gameplay developer deep dive, and I like how they did it because they showed 30 a long extended look at gameplay with no commentary, and then they introduced the guy playing James Bond, which I forget the name of. I'll get back to you guys on that because I will be covering this game going forward on this channel, right? But they announced they announced their cast, and their cast is stacked, bro. Some of them are from The Walking Dead and a lot of TV shows. So their cast of actors that they pulled for this game is stacked, right? So if you don't know what this game is, it's a James Bond origin story. So James Bond, he's new. He's not the James Bond that we've seen before, right? He's new. They haven't done a James Bond origin film, right? Or origin film trilogy, right? So this is James Bond when he just got into MI6, and he's still learning how to do stuff. He's still very, very, very capable though. This game looks like a mix between Uncharted, Hitman, and Batman Arkham, and I'll get to the Batman Arkham why in a minute. But bruh, you go from sneaking in to places to doing car chases to bruh. When I heard these guys, IO Interactive, are making a James Bond game, I'm like, now that's a perfect match for an IP. Because if you don't know, IO Interactive makes the Hitman games. And Hitman, you're basically James Bond without the gadgets and the Englishness, right? You're. So I'm but with James Bond, you're gonna have to improve your action. You're gonna have to make it more cinematic. You're gonna have to make suave James Bond. When I think of James Bond, man, and I can't wait for what Amazon Studios is gonna do with James Bond now, right? But in the movies, but because if you guys don't know, I didn't do a video on this either, but Denis Villeneuve is directing the next James Bond movie after he finishes Dune Part 3, which I'm very, very excited for. But we're talking about the video game today. So, oh yeah, I think the dude's name is. Well, I'll get back to you on the actor and stuff. But bro, this game looks sick. So literally, guys, they showed everything that we wanted in this. They gave the developer deep dive. They announced the cast of the game, the voice cast. They announced the release date. They announced the edition, the editions of the game. That's why I think you can pre-order it today. But bro, let's talk about it. So you have Bond, basically being told to stay in one spot. Guess what he does? He doesn't stay in one spot. So the mission is you sneak into a place. Unlike the 007 games, Bond has a bunch of little gadgets that he can use, right? He can use a smoke device, he can use trank darts, and how they do this is they have like a supply system, so you can find supplies in the environment that fuel your gadgets and stuff like that. So you have like a sleep dart, a like dart that makes them look very drunk, right? And then in like there's like it has the same versatility, it looks like, as like the Hitman games did. So if you guys have played those games, you know how you can kill a guy in so many different ways. This game looks like you have so much versatility in the way that Bond can get through areas and stuff like that. Right? Because you can talk your way through it. You can use the drunk dart and talk your way through it. But sometimes you gotta get into a fight. So the reason why I compare this to Arkham is because you have a melee system, but then you can also shoot people, right? Um, you have a melee system that it kind of reminds me of Sleeping Dogs, if you guys have played that game, and uh, uh, Arkham, right? Where Bond will grab a guy and like push him like this, or throw him off a ledge, or Bond will grab him and fling him into a like door, or he will fling him into like a fire extinguisher, or it's a lot of like using the environment in the melee combat of the game. And then you always have your I think they call it a Q pistol, right? Where you have that, but then when you kill a dude, you can take his guns and use them. Like you can use like machine guns, shotguns, and those are the only guns that I saw. But the cool thing is too, and why I compare it to Arkham, is you know how in Arkham you can use like Batman's gadgets to, like this isn't like there's a melee fighting system, but I wouldn't call this a melee focused game. There's melee focus in it, but you can use like gadgets to like to even the odds, let's say. So you can use like your smoke. I think they call it a smoke gas because Bond doesn't have smoke bombs. Like he uses it through his watch, right? So he'll like use a smoke bomb, take a dude out, and you can either use that in open combat or you can use it as a stealth device, right? And then Bond has a laser that he can use, which if you've seen the movies, he uses that sometimes, right? That can that can either like you can use it on a guy, like you can use it to knock out a guy, or you can use it to like blow something in the environment so it will fall on them, right? And then you have like driving sections in the game. You have like car chases, and that's where the Uncharted thing comes on. You have like the game is super cinematic, more cinematic than I thought it would be. Because when I first heard IO, I've always said like IO. I think I did a video on this game when it first got announced before we even knew anything about it, but or no, when it first got announced, I didn't even have the YouTube channel. But bruh, like, for me, what makes this game so exciting, we haven't had a James Bond game in a long, 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 long time, right? And this game looks like Hitman mixed with Uncharted, mixed with Batman Arkham and Sleeping Dogs. But it also has its own flair to it, man. Like, dude, I cannot believe how good this game looks. Like, March 27th, 2026, mark me down, bro, because I'm probably going to pre-order it. Well, maybe not today, depending on how much the edition is, I'm probably going to pre-order it, because this game looks like a Game of the Year contender, bro. Like, this year for video games, I am stoked for Ghost of Yotei. You guys know I got my collector's edition coming October 2nd. I cannot wait to play that game. But, like, that's the only big game that... Well, that and Ninja Gaiden 4, which I get on Game Pass, right? And Hollow Knight Silk Song comes out in a few days. But anyway, like, 2024 hasn't been the biggest year for games, right? It's been really good for TV, but it hasn't been, like, the best year for games, in my opinion. There's been good ones, like Expedition 33, Mafia of the Old Country. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a good game because it looks really good, and I've played Ghost of Tsushima, so Ghost of Yote. But, like, 2026 is gonna be massive, bro. We're hopefully getting, if Sony releases Wolverine next year, 3 Marvel games. We're getting not Batman Arkham. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. We're getting GTA 6. We're getting this game, 007 First Light. We're getting a bunch of other things, man. Like, both for movies and television, and video games next year. It's gonna be stacked, bro. Like, I cannot wait. So yeah, like, in terms of the actor playing James Bond, like, I didn't know how to feel during the trailers. This guy's great, dude. He has the suaveness that I see in Bond. He has the, like, charisma. He has the passion to play Bond and stuff. I forget the dude's name, so I will probably do a part 2 of my thoughts on 007 First Light this weekend, because also James Gunn just announced the Superman sequel, so tomorrow you guys are gonna get 3 videos. You guys are gonna get my thoughts on the Superman sequel being announced for 2027, July 9th, 2027. You guys are gonna get the Peacemaker episode free review, and you guys are gonna get my Peacemaker, the podcast, season 2 episode free review. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you are excited for 007 First Light, please leave your thoughts in the comments below. What did you think of the gameplay, if you've had a chance to see it? And yeah, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.